won $112,000 today.
Don't want to die. Death is a constant reminder here.
Where people we kill, we advance.
You ain't supposed to be alive.
Stealing, shooting people, doing whatever I had to do.
We had to make a living.
I want him dead. I want his family dead.
I know how to grind. I started from the bottom.
Never rat on your friends.
Race to rackets.
It's rough on a black man.
Hold up, we're gonna blow this whole...
The year 1989 was a cool year in Philly. With the African-American mayor Woodrow Wilson Good, he couldn't do anything to drop the murder rate. In 1989, the murder rate in Philadelphia would end with over 100 bodies more than 1988. In 88, the count was 371. The 1989 count was 476. Anthony Reed, a member of JBM, a hitman, the enforcer, would contribute to the murder rate. When Reed came around, something was going down. So when people saw him, they just went the other way. It was testified in court that he used the saying, "get down or lay down," before shooting a victim. The thing that made him most feared is that he had no picks. Having no picks means you're bringing the war to any human that breathes the same air as you. Some guys have no picks when it comes to women. That means they'll smash anything, but that's a different story for a different day. During the late 80s in Philly, you will see guys wearing the Flyers clothes, getting out of the Flyers whips with the Flyers honeys. Whether if it's your older brother, cousin, uncle, next door neighbor, or someone your sister's dating. Kids driving to school with better cars than the teachers. It was kids making more money than their teachers, picking up a drug shift. With the glamour, every young buck wanted that JBM membership. In the Strawberry Mansion section of North Philly, Terrence Lisby was hustling under JBM member Lawrence Boston. Boston gave Terrence the opportunity to make some money. Terrence had a relative living under the same roof named Mark Lisby. Some work would end up missing from Terrence's stash, and he knew how serious the people he was dealing with. A day goes by, and Mark would end up letting Terrence know that he went in the stash and he didn't have the money to replace it. It was $500 worth of capsules. Terrence has the answer to Boston. Boston has the answer to Kevin Bowman. So this turned into a bit of a situation. Mr. Mark would end up telling Terrence he would straighten it out. So he paid Bowman a visit and offered to make up the loss of income the following week. When the following week came, they were paid all right. They were paid no mind. So the enforcer, Anthony Reed, was called to take a ride with Boston. Mark would receive a knock at the door. When he opened the door, there was a face he did not want to see. "Let's take a walk," said Boston. As the three men walked west on Cumberland Street, Anthony Reed didn't say a word. He didn't even say anything when he was greeted by Mark. As they walked, Reed shot him twice in the chest, killing him on the spot. Now, the reason I say Anthony Reed had no picks is because he killed a 16-year-old throwing a snowball at his car. He will be sentenced to death for multiple murders. During the penalty phase, the Commonwealth provided evidence that Reed had been convicted of the March 13, 1989 murder of Neil Wilkinson, the shooting of Darrell Woods, and the murder of Michael Walters, the 16-year-old boy. His appeals were denied. He stated that he was a changed man due to his religion, and he was only 20 during the shooting. There was a witness named Michael Dozier that claimed he saw Reed kill Mark Lisby. Reed threw Kevin Bowman's name in it and said that he could testify that Boston confessed it to him, that he was the one that killed Mark Lisby, and that Dozier told Bowman he really didn't see the shooting. The funny thing about it was, Bowman and Reed was co-defendants in a different murder, and it looked like both men was trying to catch a break. The two led Neil Wilkinson and Darrell Woods to Richard Island Projects in North Philly, where they were supposed to collect money, but Wilkinson would be shot to death in a stairwell, and Woods will be seriously injured. Being shot 5 times, he was left paralyzed. It was 10 years after the murder, and it just didn't make any sense to Commonwealth that Bowman would be willing to testify 10 years later. Lots of guys going to prison stand up, and then about 2 to 5 years, they decide they need to get home. so they will step forward as a witness to take some time off of the deal. There's guys sitting in jail right now just waiting for something to happen so they could tell. Some guys go as far as lying. But we got more videos coming on the JBM enforcer Anthony Reed. He was in his early 20s rocking shit, so don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching. I'm out.